You've seen him on Doug Loves Movies. He's in town from New York, and he's so fucking funny. Give it up as loud as you can for Trey Galyon, everybody.
All right, let's do this, huh? Give it up for Tito, right? And Lisa and Paul. I like my silly friends. Yeah, that was good clapping. You guys are all right. I don't know what they were talking about. What? Everybody seems... What's up, my fourth favorite city in Texas? Huh? You want the rundown? Here you go. Number 1, Taylor. Right? That's where Louis Mueller Barbecue is. Number 2, Laredo. Because you can walk to Mexico from there. Number 3, San Antonio. Because it's Mexico, just a little safer. Like, probably not gonna end up hanging off a bridge at some point, but never know. Get a couple blocks away from the Riverwalk, shit gets a little sketchy. But that's why I love it. And then coming in at number 4, Austin, sponsored by Amazon and Tesla. Am I saying that right? Is that how you guys pronounce it now? Like it's a stadium or something? Hot damn, man. When did you guys let frat boys and yoga moms start running this city? Austin's like if an influencer became a city. Yeah. You are the toilet seat window on a fake private jet selfie. Like, something's not quite right. I think they're trying to sell me something that's not exactly, And I'm from here, you guys. I graduated high school right over here. But I've been away for a while, and I've seen it get less and less weird every year I come back. I knew it really jumped the shark in Lady Bird Lake when one of my friends in New York who had never been here before came to visit recently, and he comes back, and I was like, how was it? And he was like, oh, dude, Austin is so awesome. Have you been to that Rainy Street? I was like, why I want to go to Rainy Street, dude? You think I want to get stabbed or something? Because that's what it was back. And he was like, no, dude, it's all nice. There's like, you could get wine and charcuteries and stuff. On Rainy? I don't trust that at all. That's like building on top of an old Indian burial ground. Something bad gonna happen, man. Seriously. Go bury a dead meth head over there. See if he doesn't come back to life. I will stay away. But I'm not that. But props for you guys for coming to the Velveeta room. This is where I started doing comedy. This place has been here forever. When I started, it was just, if you wanted to do stand-up, it was here or Cap City. None of these other little places were here. Run by carpetbaggers or whatever the hell else they got going on. Don't do it. So props to you guys. I'm just glad I'm performing in front of real people, man. Whew, I know, right? It has been a long couple years for stand-up comedy. Yeah, it's like before the pandemic, if you would have asked any comedian like what their least favorite show to do was, without a doubt, every single one of them would have been like outdoor show. Dude, during the pandemic, I was begging for outdoor shows. I felt like such a little whore. I live in Brooklyn. I was out on my stoop just hoping people would walk by so I could talk, like, hey, where are you guys from? Down the block. Should have figured that, huh? Don't really got anything for that. Horrible. But now there's a new winner for least favorite show is the Zoom show. Yeah. Yeah? Anybody watch a comedy Zoom show during the pandemic? No. None of yous? You lie. Because I did enough of them that I know some of yous were involved. They sucked. I mean, and part of the problem was like I would always forget when it was my turn, you know, and they're like, "Hey, your next comedian is Trey Galyon," and then my face would pop up really big on the screen, and it would lock me up, you know. I'd be like, "Oh." I was just having this stupid stare down with myself, like, who's gonna move first, biggin? Well, it's you. You're gonna move first. You're both of them, so that's how that's gonna work. And then I just scramble real fast, try to get it back to Brady Bunch mode, so you could see people. Which was kind of it was because half the people didn't have their cameras on, which I totally understand, especially if you got some kinky stuff going on at your house. You don't want people to see your dildos in the background or whatever. That's fine, cool, but then, you know, you gotta stare at somebody's stupid screen name or a picture of them doing yoga on vacation or something while you're trying, don't joke. And then the microphones, people turn their microphones off too, which, again, I understand. I mean, maybe you don't want people to hear you bong gurgling or whatever, but I wouldn't mind. It'd be better than, it was like telling jokes at Thanksgiving dinner with the family, and the only 2 laughs you get are from the stupid cousins that still have to sit at the kids' table, and just didn't fill the heart at all. So I'm glad you guys, the point is, I'm glad you guys are alive and here, and I could touch you if I wanted to. No, if you wanted me to, I could touch. Consent, very important thing. I would ask you first. I mean, or if you just come up like arms open, like you want a hug, I'll figure it out. We'll hug. That's fine. Anybody messing around with sleep deprivation during the lockdown? And I mean, you gave it a serious try. You know what I'm saying? You know, like mushrooms, done. Acid, done. Sleep deprivation. Next natural progression. And not like you were up on a coke bender for a couple of days. I'm talking you were focused, like maybe find you a good sativa and just ride that sucker out. It takes about 30 more hours for the hallucinations to kick in than it does with the mushrooms and the acid, but boy, when they do, that is some fun stuff. Very cartoony. Clean too, you know, your back doesn't hurt or nothing. Come down is super easy. You just fall asleep at some point. So make sure there's a bed nearby. That's good. And then you just wake up refreshed. Leave yourself a couple days lag in there, you know. Don't do it if you got shit to do. Oral hygiene important when you're wearing a mask all the time, huh? Yeah, I know that's not a hot take or anything, but I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. Thought their breath was in check till about 2 years ago, and we were forced to Dutch oven our own faces. It's like, how did a wet dog get in my mask? I gotta change mouthwash or toothpaste or something. I'm not gonna start flossing, that's for sure. I'm in my 40s, man. I'm afraid I'm gonna knock something loose that's holding something important in there. Right? Knock out the keystone in the arch. Just all... Also found out if I trim my pubes, I drop a pant size. New wardrobe right here. I am learning stuff during the lockdown. Knowledge is power, people. What were you doing? Jerking off with Odo? I'll let it filter around for a minute. I lost my dad at the beginning of the pandemic. Nah, don't worry, I found him. Turns out he was brain dead in an ICU. I know, right? I was surprised too. I was like, he just went in for back surgery, but I guess they decided to throw that in. And not even for free. I know, they handed us the bill and was like, hey man, we didn't order that. Can we get that taken off? And they were like, sure. All you gotta do is get a lawyer and then find a doctor around here that's willing to testify against us in a court of law. And then we'll take that off of there and then probably have to give you a whole bunch of money on top of that. But good luck with that, because all the doctors around here work at this hospital. But then I was like, this was in Tennessee where it happened. And I was like, how hard could it be to be a doctor in Tennessee, right? Maybe I just do that. Maybe that's an online form or something. No. Turns out they want you to get some school in there, too. And then the thing that really sucked was, like, this was also, like, prime time for everybody going out at 7 p.m., banging pots and pans together for the hospital workers. Our heroes! You know, and I was just out there like, hey, man, maybe they're not all awesome, you guys. Some of them are kind of jerks. Boo! How dare you besmirch our heroes? People yelling at me like my dad died and I'm the dick now? Awesome. Well, and then a week after that, George Floyd gets killed by the cops, and my brain actually for half a second was like, well, hot damn, I wish my dad would have been killed by the cops. Exactly. What the... I'll take that all, because that is a horrible place to be in your brain. Don't worry, cops wouldn't have killed my dad. He was white. I mean, really, very horribly white. Pale. A lot of big brimmed hats and sunscreen. So never would have happened. My mom's Puerto Rican, though, so still a chance they could take her out. We'll see what happens. That sounds like I want them to do. I do not want them to kill my mom. Horrible. Yeah. I am so bad at being Puerto Rican, you guys. Oh, don't know. It's fine. Puerto Rican enough to put that shit on an application, though. What's up? Affirmative action? Anybody? I am a very comfortable minority hire, you guys. And I will take it every time. I mean, come on, if it's between me and Lupe with the Latin Pride neck tattoo, yeah, guess who's getting that job? Probably Lupe, because I am failing the shit out of that drug test. Ha! Who's with me? And then one more round of that. Okay. Puerto Rico made it to the finals of the World Baseball Classic, you know? And I was like, I'll watch that, support the team, right? They come out onto the field before the game, and they're like, and now Puerto Rico's national anthem. And I was like, oh, really? They got a national anthem? I had no idea. I thought they just sung ours in Spanish. Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one in the room who, if pressed, would think the same thing, so. My dad worked for Jesus, right? Not the Joel Osteen Jesus, though. He worked for the one that doesn't pay very well, but loves everybody, so that's a bonus, huh? Oh, I'm happy about it, trust me. I'm glad I was raised that way. Right. Because I do. I love everybody. I got friends that believe everything. I don't care what you believe. I'm not you. That's the point. I don't know how you were raised. Maybe your parents brought you up worshiping waffles or something. That'd be kind of fun, actually. And then that just popped out. But now I kind of want some Waffle House. Why is there not a Waffle House in this town? All right, look. But the point is, maybe you're Catholic. If you're Catholic, like, fair enough, you don't believe in God. Like, I get it. Catholic Church is horrible. Oh, my God. Right? Yeah, like, come on. Molesting kids is the least worst thing the Catholic Church has ever done. Truth sting a little bit there? What is going on with you guys? It's not Fish Fry Friday or nothing. Why are we all puckering? Look up in your history books. Do they still teach history in schools, or can you opt out of that now? Dude, seriously, the Catholic Church is horrible. They were the only ones that were glad when the Nazis killed all those Jews. Yeah, they were sitting there like, thank goodness they got to it first, because, man, that was definitely on our list. Look, right under get all the money. Kill a bunch of Jews. So, Catholic, free pass. You're cool. Just please don't be one of those people that comes up to me and goes, oh, you believe in God? That's dumb because science. And then they just stay in there like saying science just won the argument. Like, I believe in science. I took it in school. I was really awesome at it. There's a lot of parts of it that I really, really like, right? But then what people fail to forget is, like, there's also parts of science that science can't explain everything, right? Like a really good card trick, or why so many flavors of Mountain Dew, you know? So then what happens is like a bunch of guys that know a lot about Mountain Dew, or girls, sorry, get together and they're like, why do we think so many flavors? And then they come up with ideas and write them down, and then they're like, hey, you guys, this is what we think. And then they put that out there, and people tend to think of it as fact, but it's not fact. It's just what they think, why they think there's so many flavors, you know? What's up, dude? We were all betting earlier, like, who was gonna pick a fight with him later, the comics. I mean, none of us are. I mean, look at the guy. Yeah. Welcome, sir. All right, let's move on. Dude's jacked, huh? Right? Oh, you're getting a round of applause, sir. That's awesome. All right. Back to this stuff. Okay, so science. So this is the thing, is like, okay, like I've got one buddy who's also a God guy, but he's super into quantum physics, loves it. And so his favorite thing to do is wait till we've all got a head full of mushrooms, and then he'll start pulling out some quantum theory stuff and things like, yeah, woo boy, that makes for a good time. Like, okay, so here we go. Everything's made out of atoms, right? Everything is made out of atoms. This cup, made out of atoms. Me, made out of atoms. Okay, so when I hold this cup, I'm not actually touching the cup. Right? Right. Because the atoms in my hand and the atoms in the cup, the charges are repelling each other. So there's this super duper tiny little space in between, and I'm not actually touching the cup. Like, if those charges didn't exist, my hand would just start melting into my vodka soda, which would be kind of fun at parties, I guess. But at some point, I'd be like, I kind of want that hand back, because that's my pot smoking hand. But that's a fact. Right, that would happen. But now there's a theory that says, okay, so that wall is made out of atoms, I'm made out of atoms, right? We got that? Now, what is an atom? An atom, mostly space, correct? Okay, so it's just a proton, neutron, electron. They're all spinning around each other, so it's mostly space in there. So there's a theory that says that the spaces in the atoms in this wall and in my body will at some point line up perfectly, and I'll be able to walk right through that wall. See, that's when you get the math science guys involved, and they're like, dude, that'll never happen. Like, we did the numbers, and there were like, it was a lot of zeros involved. And so that'll never happen. But there's people that believe that it would if you walk into that wall enough. And sir, I do occasionally will walk into a wall, of course, just to see if maybe this is the time, especially on mushrooms. But has not happened yet. So, you know, I'm still, but again, there's people that believe that that would happen. So the point is no matter what you believe, there's a certain amount of faith involved, man. You know. So in big scheme of things, like you believe a couple rocks collided together and made all this. I believe in God. We're really not that far off if you think about it. So why can't we all just smoke some weed and hug it out and, you know, right? And talk about something we can all agree on, like abortion. Fellas, who wants to start? How's this work in Texas now? Are we all hopping in a van afterwards and going to Louisiana or something? Somebody bring a coat hanger? I don't know. What is... I try to stay a little out of that because first off, I'm a dude and I don't have a uterus or vagina or any of that stuff that babies grow in. So, you know, I do like kind of playing both sides and poking the bear. I'm a little bit of an agitator, you might say. But it is like, you know, the religion science thing, the abortion. It's just another stupid argument that'll go around in circles and circles. It's just something else for them to keep us arguing with each other about, and we got to get past it. Look. I love the people that are like, well, I'm just fighting for those unborn babies because they can't fight for themselves. Well, that's a little arrogant. What makes you think that unborn baby wants you fighting for him? Right? Maybe you could see what its life's gonna turn out like, and it's like, man, why don't you bring that vacuum in, suck me out of here before things get a little hairy. I am not gonna end up being a good human being. So let's get it over with. And then look, the women that are like, hey man, a baby's a parasite. You know what that does to your body, growing a baby in there? It'll tear you up, man. Fair enough. But you know what? There is one way that you can absolutely, positively not get pregnant. And now this is where I come in. I'm gonna do my part by not having sex with any fertile women. Science and religion in one thing. Nailing it. All right, let's move on, huh? Speaking of little soul suckers, the one thing that, after the pandemic, when the bars reopened, this is one thing that didn't change, and it really disappointed me. So I was back in Brooklyn, you know, and went to the local bar with my drinking buddy, and we go out on the back patio. We weren't out there 5 minutes. Two babies appeared on the back patio. That was a weird way to do that, wasn't it? Like there was magic involved. Like somebody threw a smoke bomb and two babies. That's not how it went down. There were two separate babies and no magic was involved at all. It was horrible. And this is my problem with it. It's a bar, you know, like bar and grill. All right, I'll give you. But there ain't nothing for a baby at a bar. And I got no beef with the babies. You know, I realized they weren't the ones at home going, hey, let's go knock back a few at the Nostrum pub. Dickhead parents. And it was awesome because it was like each kid, a completely different situation going on with each kid. The first kid was Bjorned in by his dad, frontal style. And his dad was huge, like big lumberjack looking dude. But you could tell his face, he was just wore out, beat up in the face. You know, like he was like, oh my God, I'm just trying to get out of the house and do something normal for once, can't I? And I gotta bring this stupid baby along. And so he had his little pint of beer in his hand, and he sat down at a table by himself, unclipped his kid, put his kid on his knee, and the kid immediately just went, whack, and knocked his beer all in his lap. So he picked his baby back up, Bjorned him back in, grabbed his empty glass, and walked out of there with his head hung low. No, that's instant karma, man. He deserved that. Harsh lessons were learned. The other baby, though, completely different situation, strollered in by its parents, and they were very proud. I'm surprised they didn't come in holding that kid up Lion King style. Look what we did! It's a miracle! It's not. It's not a miracle. Childbirth happens a lot every day. Did you guys know that? Look up the number. It's startling. It's not a miracle. Dude, and then they wheel the baby over to the table right next to ours. And they're giving us the side eye the whole time, and not in a creepy way, but in that like wanting us to talk to them about their baby kind of way. Like clearly these people are gonna congratulate us at some point on our baby that's sitting right next to them, and I'm not gonna congratulate you, man. I don't care. I'll tell you what, invite me to its 18th birthday party. We'll see how you raise the thing. Maybe I congratulate you then. But right now, you got it at my bar, sitting next to my table, and I'm about to blow this joint smoke all up in its dumb baby face. So, not starting off great. Hope you finish strong. You can tell by looking at these parents, too. They totally had a gender reveal party for that baby. That happened. With a capital Brooklyn. That happened. Another party for your stupid dumb baby it's not even here yet, and you're having another party for it. Oh. And it's not a gender reveal party, dum-dum. It's a sex reveal party. Let's get it right. I mean, I will say sex reveal party sounds a little kinky and not like what that is. So I get why you went with that, I guess, maybe, but still, I don't want to. Tell me in an email, dude. I'm not coming. I want to go to one and replace the ball with the colored powder in it with one with black powder in it. Right? Just for that magical moment when everybody's like, yeah, bust that thing up! What the? Black? Is that black? That seems ominous. Yeah, no, we should totally take our gift back. I don't think this is gonna... And well, so I would go just to do that. But that's it. Plus you're gonna feel like a total idiot 5 years from now when your son walks up to you and goes, Daddy, I want to be a girl now, and has its own gender reveal party. You unwoke dick. I feel like 5 might be a little too young for that. I might have to change the age on that. Is that right? Because like, you guys know 5-year-olds? Yeah, they are stupid, huh? They are dumb. And it's not their fault. Their brains aren't done braining yet, you know? So, I don't care how smart and progressive you think your 5-year-old is. Give me 10 minutes with them. Exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can convince your 5-year-old that if you have a scab, don't pick the scab, because what'll happen is the skin will cover over it, and then it'll travel up your body all the way to your nose and turn into boogies. Yeah, you'll get a couple of nuh-uhs out of them, but you throw a couple yes-hahs back, they'll be believing that. Trust me on that one. I had a babysitter jack my brain up for a little while when I was 5. I'm like, how does that? Seems reasonable. So maybe not 5. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, I don't have kids, but I don't, if my 5-year-old son walked up to me and was like, Daddy, I want to be a girl now. I'd be like, all right, man, let's slap some dresses on you, see how this goes. Right? Because, I mean, what boy didn't at some point try on his mom's clothes? You guys got way too quiet on that. Which is weird. Just admit it to yourself. We all did it, man. I did it. It was, you go through that little phase and you try on the clothes and then you're like, the shoes are cool, but kind of impractical. And then you go back to jeans and t-shirts, man. That's how it works, right? I don't know. Look, the point is, don't bring your baby to my bar, all right? Can we agree on that at least? Everything's gonna be okay, people. Oh yeah, all right, we gotta get out of here. But I will, everything is, Biden's president now, so cops aren't dickheads no more. Everybody's student loans are dissolved. Everybody's got health care and everything. We're not messing around in foreign countries and shit. It's awesome, you guys. It's another circle, people. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for the other guy either. I have continued the tradition of voting for my friends. That's what I do. Because I know them. I know they're not going to dick me over. I don't know any people on that dumb ballot, man. I don't know if they're punching babies or having puppy fight clubs on the weekends in their basement or whatever. Right? You just expect me to vote for somebody because there's a letter next to their name or something? Piss off, dude. They still have those write-in spots. Use them. That's what I say. It's a tough sell. It really is. Like, I have friends that are very annoyed with me over it. But whatever. I have one friend that was like, when you do that, you literally gave your vote to Donald Trump. I was like, no, I literally gave my vote to you. I wrote it. Put it in the little machine and it counted it. Unless the Russians messed with it. But look, that's for a different show down by the docks. Sup? One of my other friends tried to use the dumb bus analogy on me and was like, hey man, look, if there's a bus that's not going exactly where you're going to, but it's going to the same neighborhood, like you're still gonna take the bus. No, I'm not. It's 2022, dum-dum. I'm gonna take a Lyft or one of them cool Revel scooters or something and go right to the front door, dude. Plus, if you taking a city bus, you can get there faster walking. But what a dumb analogy. Shut up. Voting right now sucks. It sucks so bad. I mean, I can't believe you people. Did you have to show proof that you didn't vote for Ted Cruz before you came in here, speaking of? That was a requirement. I hope you all have your anti-Ted Cruz cards. But that's the point. Voting now is like voting for every kid you hated in high school, but way worse, because ain't no politician went to your stupid poor people high school. Disconnect. There's a disconnect. Vote for your friend. That's the first red flag. You want to be a politician? Yeah, I ain't voting for you, homie. Exactly. Dude, check this out. Every member of Congress in Washington, D.C., representatives, senators, the whole lot of them, $7 million a year on average, each one of them makes just off of lobbyists. Yeah, woo. Good for them, bad for us. And if you don't know what a lobbyist is, that's somebody who pays your politician to vote on things how their boss wants them to vote. And so if they're representing me with that vote, shouldn't I get a cut of that money? Mm-hmm, yeah. Call your representatives and senator and see how that conversation works out. I'm sure Ted Cruz will share it with you. Nope. Bailouts, all these bailouts we gave banks and the too big to fail. Why are you too big to fail? Fail like every other small business around, and let's see what happens. Yeah, man, because the bailouts that they gave all these banks and everything, where do you think that money came from? That was taxpayer money. So again, why am I not getting a dividend check from Bank of America or getting invited to board meetings and shit? Right? Yeah. And I got more ideas, people. I got plenty of them. I think we ought to run Congress like jury duty, where you just get I said duty. Yeah, where you just get a letter in the mail and you're like, oh, damn it, I got Senate duty? What is that? No, I know, honey, I said duty. Yeah. No, I'm going to try to get out of it. What I'm going to tell the judge? I'm going to be out of town for 6 years? He gets it. But seriously, let's do it like that. I mean, you know, that's the way the Greeks did it, and they lasted longer than we're gonna last. That's for damn sure. Don't all, you know it's true. But all that stuff will never work right now because it makes sense. It's just common sense, right? Try to talk common sense to people right now. You will get in some yelling matches. It's ridiculous. Why? Why am I still arguing with people about whether certain human beings should have the same rights as other human beings? Did you hear? We're all human beings. Is it my brain's just too simple? Like I simplify things too much and people want to make more, but that's it. Why am I still arguing with people about Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson raped children. That happened. Yeah, and if you don't think that he did, look at the list of things they found in his bedroom. It is horrifying. Yeah, man. Never convicted. Yeah, well, that's a weak argument because neither was OJ, you know? We all kind of know what happened there. But you ever heard of a non-disclosure agreement? Because Michael Jackson sure did. He paid that family $26 million. $26 million. That's not like, I may have touched your kid's butt money. That's like, you can prove in a court of law that I fucked your kid. Here's $26 million. Just shut the fuck up about it, please. That's what that is. Right? Oh, but he made such great music. Yeah, you know who else made great music? Prince. And he didn't fuck no kids. And he was super freaky. He didn't even have a she told me she was 18 moment. Yeah, Michael Jackson definitely couldn't have done that. What was he gonna do? He told me he was this many. I know. Yeah, I'm mad too. I had to stop listening to his music. That's horrible. Sorry, I get sidetracked. The point of that one again, everybody, so the next election cycle, can I count on all of yous in here to just one time when you go in there, and look, I'm saying, like, think about it, don't just willy-nilly it. Like, I put some thought into it when I vote for my friends, right? It's like, okay, Jimmy is always on time, hates being late, Department of Transportation, Jimmy! I like the stuff Dave grows in his closet. Pretty sure he'd be good at growing stuff outdoors. Department of Agriculture, Dave! So do it like that. But can I count on you just once, and we'll see how it goes. Everybody in here, just vote for your friends one time. Yes, sir. Yeah? Oh, I got a yes, sir. That's that. Are you? Word. The rest of yous, no, you're gonna just keep doing what you're doing? Let's have some fun with it. Can we do that? So that's, vote for your friends, everybody, huh? All right, well, I'm gonna end on that, man. Thank you guys for real, for coming to the Velveeta room. Like, I love this place, and I love you guys for choosing to come in here, man, and hang out with us. See yous.